Hello and welcome, folks, to another episode of the Creative Pod. This is going to be a video where I will be comparing two different kinds of mics on the Zoom H8 Handy recorder. The two mics I will be comparing are the XYH6 XY microphone that comes along with the Zoom H8 Handy recorder, and the other one is the SSH6 Shotgun microphone. These two mics are going to be comparing not against each other, but the idea behind the video is to help you make an informed choice by giving you exactly what these mics sound like. I will be comparing the two mics, and the modus operandi of this comparison will be as follows. To record the samples for both these mics, I was in an open park in an apartment complex. It is situated in the suburbs of the city, but you can expect urban sounds like vehicles, people, children, um, trains, aeroplanes, all of that you would be able to hear in the background. Uh, Beyond that, on and off, there was some amount of gentle breeze that was blowing. Sometimes it would slightly intensify, sometimes it would be very normal. However, there was some amount of breeze that was blowing, but it was very gentle. Beyond that, the mic, for the most part, was about a foot away from me, but directly pointed at me, regardless of the gain level. So the samples were recorded in this particular way, at different gain levels. The levels I chose were 8, 6, 4, and 2. When I say 8, 6, 4, and 2, I'm referring to the dials, the physical dials that is available on these mics. So higher the number, higher the gain. I have increased the gain on the software side when I was recording this because I realized gain level 2 and 4 were extremely feeble. You could barely hear a word. However, I still wanted to go ahead and increase the gain for these guys because it's only fair that you're able to understand how these mics actually perform at such a low gain level and what is it capturing. So just keeping it extremely feeble somehow to me didn't make sense. And if you are someone who deals with sounds or who's interested to invest in such instruments, I'm sure you've done your homework and you understand that post processing is a reality. You have to go ahead and do it because the device will capture as much information and give it to you. Now it's up to you to sort of refine it further. So I have increased that a little bit, but beyond that, no other enhancements have been done. Now, one important thing to know about the shotgun microphone from Zoom, the SSH6 shotgun microphone, is that it has an XY pair of microphones in it as well. So if you want, you could use that as well to add to some ambience to your shotgun microphone recording. So that's one important thing that I actually liked about this mic. All right. uh, where am I recording this voiceover? Right. So I'm doing this in an untreated room at my home. I'm using the shotgun microphone connected to the Zoom H8. This is where I do all my recordings. So I don't have any treatment done to my room. It's just a regular house. So yeah, that's where we are recording as of now. And I will talk about the Zoom H8 towards the end of the comparison. So I do not want to take away that main reason why we have this video here. So let's dive into it. Up next is a sample of the shotgun microphone at different gain levels. Here goes. The gain is set at 8. This is the Zoom SSH6 shotgun microphone connected to the Zoom H8 Handy recorder. I'm in an open urban space. It is a small park in the city. There is a mild breeze that is blowing. The mic is about 1 foot away from my mouth, directly in front of me. I will now go silent to give you an idea of the ambience. The gain is now set to 6, everything else remaining constant. This is how my voice sounds like at this gain level in the current configuration. I will now go silent to give you an idea of the ambience. The gain is now set to 4, everything else remaining constant. Do keep in mind it's an open space in the city, a small park, so there is some gentle breeze which is blowing. There is also a railway line that goes very close to where I am doing this recording. So, just to ensure that expectations are straight. Alright, this is how I sound like at gain 4 in the current configuration. I will now go silent to give you an idea of the ambience. Alright, so the gain is now set to 2 in the current configuration. This is how my voice sounds like. There is a plane flying over us, but I'll leave it in the recording. At the end of the day, field recording is something where a lot of things are out of our control, and I want to give a very realistic scenario of how this mic performs. So this is how I sound like, and I will now go silent to give you an idea of the ambience. All right, so there you had it. That was the shotgun microphone from Zoom, the Zoom SSH6 shotgun mic. Now I will be playing the sample set for the XYH6 microphone, which is the XY mic that comes connected by default with the Zoom H8 when you buy it. It is here in India through the different channels that I was able to explore online. That's the configuration you get by default. So up next, the samples from the XY mic. The gain is set at 8. The mic now being used is the XYH6 connected to the Zoom H8. This XY microphone comes with the Zoom H8 by default. The mic is a foot away from me, directly in front of me. The ambience is an open park in the city, so you can expect urban sounds, and there is a gentle breeze that is blowing. At gain 8, this is what my voice sounds like. I will now go silent to give you an idea of the ambience. Alright, so the gain is now set to 6. The configuration and the ambience remains the same. This is what my voice sounds like at gain 6, and I will now go silent to give you an idea of the ambience. So the gain is now set to 4, everything else remaining constant. This is what my voice sounds like at this gain level. I will now go silent to give you an idea of the ambience. The gain is now set to 2, and this is what my voice sounds like, everything else remaining constant. I'll now go silent to give an idea of the ambience. Alrighty then, so you have now heard both the mics at similar gain levels in the exact same scenario. I did this video and in the same setting, so all things remaining constant. These are what these mics sound like. Now, one thing to note: the XY mic, I feel the sound production of that mic is just amazing. I mean, to say it's kind of like the kit lens that comes with a DSLR, I think it's not doing it justice. One example, right? So I was trying to record the ambient sounds in my apartment complex early in the morning. I woke up early, went there, and I recorded, you know, the sounds in essence. I came back and I was just editing it. And at one point, I, just paused the editing, went, had my breakfast, came back, refreshed my mind, and I played it again. So at that point, there's this one bird that kind of makes, it starts making this sweet sound. And I almost felt like as though it's right in front of me, somewhere above my head towards the right side. So I could almost envision that. And I remembered when I was recording this, it was very close to the exact thing. So I really like the quality that this XY mic is, putting out. When it comes to the shotgun microphone, well, this entire voiceover that you're listening to is using the shotgun microphone. It is about 20 centimeters towards the corner of my mouth. The gain is set at 4, and it is an untreated room, like I mentioned earlier. So, this should give you an idea as to what the output of this shotgun mic is like. All right, so enough about the mics. We have done the comparison. I've spoken about what I like about both the mics. Let's talk about the recorder now. The Zoom H8 has been very well documented, and there are plenty of videos out there on the internet. So I will not go into the very obvious or excruciating amount of detail. You could, definitely look that up if you do a simple search. What I will tell you is my personal experience of using this handy recorder. Few things that I really like about this. One, it's quite light. It's not too heavy. I use a small little tripod when I'm carrying around. And in fact, these samples, in the video also you'll see that it's a little, tripod that I'm using for this. I like that it's also powered, using a USB cable. You can connect it to a power bank. So I have shown that as well in this video. So that's very liberating because you're not just limited to using AA batteries. Uh, for this one, obviously, you'll need to invest in some really good high density rechargeable batteries. But let's say you're in a scenario where even that's not out, a simple power bank would also power this for hours together. And that's something most of the people around us would carry in today's time, right? So that's a very versatile, very liberating feature. And being a field recorder, I think you can't really find a plug point in nature now, can you? So that's another one favorite thing I like about this. Uh, you can use it as a audio interface for your computer, which I'm currently doing. And when you do that, it draws power from the laptop or from your desktop. And that's another good thing because then it's not again requiring additional power supply from a battery source. And then, so it's very simple and easy run and gun kind of a scenario. If that's the thing, you can actually do this. Um, I think beyond that, the ports that I've noticed on this handy recorder, it's I think proprietary to Zoom. I'm guessing because I've not seen those kind of ports in any other mics. So I think whatever Zoom detachable mics come through, that is what will work with this recorder. Having multiple different kinds of ports, XLR ports, combo ports where you can have those TRS leads go into off a guitar or something. I think that's really good. You can control all of them individually, and having these many inputs. I mean, for me, I may not probably use all of them. It would be very rare, but knowing that I have that scalability is very good. So I don't have to worry about or think that I'm limited in any way. I could still take up an opportunity if it so happens, and I will not be limited in any way. So that's another good thing to have. Um, the touch screen, well, I would say not the best. It currently has, the factory fitted uh, cover which you need to peel out, but I have not done that because I just hate scratches on my screens. So I went to one of the shops in the local market, and I got a nice matte finish film uh, put on the screen. It's not there in this video because I did it after the video was shot. However, the touchscreen is okay. It's not that great. I mean, if you would want to compare it with some of the leading mobile phones in the market, so it's not that responsive. Sometimes you have to tap one or two times to choose an option. Not the most ideal, but it's okay. I mean, it gets the job done at the end of the day. It's not very troublesome. It will definitely respond. But if you're used to our mobile phones, so I would say don't try to compare it that way. It's not extremely responsive. Very basic at the moment. My experience with this has been in just two modes, that is the audio interface mode and the field recorder mode. It does have options to record music and podcast as well. I haven't done that yet. Maybe if you guys would like me to try that, I could definitely post another video dedicated for the music and the podcast apps on the Zoom H8. um, I do have a bass guitar, so I could definitely try the music one out as well. However, again, these videos need a lot of planning, and if that is something that you guys are looking forward to, hit me up, write in the comments. I would love to give that uh, video to you as well. So with that, folks, we have come to an end of this little video. I hope this gives you the right information. It helps you form an opinion or choose wisely. I struggled a lot, and that was the inspiration behind making this video. I hope it helps people like me who were out there hunting for what these mics actually sound like. So with that, all the very best. Happy recording. Bye bye.